2.4, question number 15, the first part. (25a square minus 35a plus 12). What are we supposed to do? We're supposed to give possible expressions for the length and breadth of the following rectangles. Okay, so apparently there's a rectangle and the area is this. This is the area. You're supposed to find possible expressions for length and breadth. Yes.
I think it's not written. Either I missed it or either it's not here.
Okay. Open page number 41.
Okay.
In page number 41, what can you see? Zainuddin, have you done this homework, bache? Please unmute yourself when I'm speaking to you.
Yes. Exercise 2.4, which question?
Question 15.
I don't have this.
You don't have this question in your book? You don't? Okay. Fine. Have you done question number 12? Can you read question number 12, Zain?
Yes, ma'am. I did.
Okay, read question number 12, please, Zain. Yes, then read question 12. What's the matter? What happened? Yeah, what happened?
2. Exercise 2.4, only 5 questions.
Okay, can you read the first question?
Ma'am, 2.4 is not in my book.
Okay, in your book there is no 2.4 only. Okay. All right. I think you guys probably have older versions of the book. No problem. Okay, no problem. We'll go through this later. I need to take a look at which textbook you guys have. Listen, do one thing. Take down my number.
It's this.
Okay. Take down my number and send me, both of you, send me the photos of your exercise 2.4. Okay. And Abdul Rahman, you are saying you don't have exercise 2.4. Then send me the picture of your exercise 2.3. Whichever is your last exercise, just send me a picture of that exercise. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't do it right now.
What's your number?
Do it after the class. Yeah, it's over here. It's on the board. It's on the whiteboard.
Is that 919?
No, that's +91. That's the country code.
Okay, so that's the number.
Okay. Please send me the pictures of your last exercise of chapter 2. Okay. Now let's start the new chapter, chapter 3. Okay.
Wait, ma'am, what's your number again?
Oh, fine. Okay. I'm typing it in the chat box. Okay. Also, if you ever have any doubts, you can contact me on WhatsApp or Telegram, either of them, WhatsApp or
Okay.
Telegram.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Anyway, let's come to chapter 3. Coordinate geometry. You guys have studied coordinate geometry before, right? What do you know about coordinate geometry? What do we study in this? What is coordinate and what is geometry? Yeah. Okay. See, we know how to locate a point on a number line, right? Let's say you have a number line over here. And if I ask you to locate any particular point, let's say this is 0, this is 1, this is 2. If I ask you to locate 1.5, you can do that very easily. You know that it's right over here. It's between 1 and 2. This is 1.5, right? So this is in one dimension. One dimension. Why is it one dimension? Because there is only one way you can go. You can either go left or right. Right? You can travel only in one dimension. One dimension is a line. What is two dimension? Two dimension is a plane. A plane. Okay. This is a line. This is called a number. Dimensions. We have something called the Cartesian plane. Okay. The Cartesian plane is something which you get when you have two number lines which cross each other at right angles. This is one number line. This one, the horizontal one, is one number line. And then the vertical one is another number line. So you have 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. And then over here you have -1, -2, and so on. This is the x-axis. Okay, the x-axis. And this one, the vertical one, is called the y-axis. Okay, again 1, 2, 3, and so on. Again, you have -1, -2, and so on. Now, why do we even have to use this Cartesian plane? What use is it for us? See, the thing is, let's say you want to locate something. Let's say you are standing in your neighborhood. Okay. Let's say you're standing in your neighborhood and your neighborhood looks something like this. These are the streets. All right. These are the streets. This is another street that's going. Okay. So you need to locate a particular house. Let's call this is a, let's say you have traffic lights over here. Okay, so this becomes your origin. This becomes your origin. Over here we have O or 0. In the number line we had 0, right? Similarly, in our Cartesian plane we have 0 right over here. That is called the origin. Origin means the start of something. Whenever you want to start, you start from the origin and then you go either in the vertical direction or horizontal direction. Okay. So let's say that this is your origin, the place where you start. And then let's say someone's house is over here. Okay, yeah, you have plenty of houses over here. Let's call this the first junction. This is the second junction. This is the third junction, and so on. If you want to say that, okay, someone's house is over here, you will need not only one set of directions, like over here in a number line. What did you have to just do? You had to say, well, I am +1 or -1. That's all you had to know, right? +1 is over here, -1 is over here. But now, since you are in a plane, you will need more than just one set of information. you will want to know how up do I have to go, how much vertically upwards do I have to go, or how much horizontally do I have to go. That is why we have two dimensions in the Cartesian plane, horizontal and vertical. Okay, let me give you another example to make this clear. Okay, let's say you have, let's say I put a dot over here. Okay, let's say I put a dot over here on this sheet of paper. And I want you to tell me, where is this dot? How will you define where exactly it is without, without pointing it out like this? This is the dot that I'm talking about. Let's say there are plenty of dots over here. How will you know which one I'm talking about? Okay, so what we have to do is, you'll say, well, if this is the start of the, let's start from here. If this is our origin, okay, and we have to go how many lines down? We have to go 1, 2, 3, 3 lines we have to go down. So that means, let's say we have to go 3 units down, 3 units down, vertically down. Okay, and then let's say we have to go 1, 2, 3, 4 units horizontally to the right. Then you will get this black dot. First you go 3 units vertically down, and then you travel 4 units horizontally right, and then you get this point. So that is what coordinate geometry or Cartesian geometry is about. It's about getting to know the position of something. Okay, let's just do one thing over here. Just a minute. Okay, okay, so here we have our Cartesian plane. Everything clear till now? Okay, so here this is our Cartesian plane. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, -1, -2, 1, 2, -1, -2. So just look at both of these lines as separate number lines. Okay, this is one number line. We have negative also, then we have 0, then we have positive. Okay, and then we have another number line which is going vertically. Up direction is positive and downwards direction is negative. So this is called the x-axis and this is called the y-axis. Now let's say I want to point towards an object which is, let's say, over here. Can you see the black dot? That is my object. Now, or let's change the position of that. Let's make it here. Okay. If I want to tell you, let's say there are many dots over here. Okay. Or let's do it like this. Let's say I want to tell you that I am talking about the black dot. I'm talking about the black dot. How will I tell you if I can't refer to anything else? I will say that my object is at the position. First, I will tell you the directions. Okay, I will say first stand at the origin. Okay, imagine yourself that you are standing at the origin. Okay, you're standing at the origin. Now I tell you, from the origin, you have to go 3 units to the right, which basically means you have to travel positive 3 units in the x direction, in the x-axis. You have to travel positive 3 units on the x-axis. Okay, so now you have traveled, one sec. You have traveled positive 3 units. 1, 2, 3. You have traveled 3 units in the x direction. Okay.
Ma'am,
Now,
I think I know
yes.
how to do this.
Okay. That's good. Now, what do we have to do then, Abdul Rahman, to reach my
Oh,
black object?
then we have to put the dot in, in where the red line ended.
Okay.
Because
Then,
that's where zero started and started and ended. So we have to put a dot at the end of this red line.
okay. Then what will happen?
Then the answer would be 3, 3, comma, 0.
Okay. See, what am I trying to reach here? What are we trying to reach, Abdul Rahman? We are trying to reach the black dot. Okay.
Yeah,
Remember, we are trying to reach the black dot. So
yeah,
you started from the origin, and to reach the black dot, the rules are, see, imagine these lines, all these lines that you can see over here, these vertical lines and the horizontal lines.
yeah.
Imagine them as streets, okay? They are
Oh,
streets.
yeah.
Okay, imagine you're walking in the neighborhood and these are all the streets. So you start at 0 at the origin, and obviously you can't go like this because that's not a street. You can only travel on streets, right?
Yes,
You can't just jump through the houses or something. So you
yeah,
have to travel along the streets. You go 3 lanes. Okay, you go 3 lanes, or you can say 3 units in the x direction, positive 3 units, not negative 3.
yes,
Negative 3 would mean towards the left, right? But we want to move towards the right, so we will move positive 3 units in the x direction.
yeah,
Then remember, what do you have to reach? You have to reach your black dot.
yes.
So now where
So
do
we
you
should
have to move?
walk 2 units in y's
Yes,
axis.
we have to walk plus 2 units, not minus 2 units, but plus 2 units
Plus
on the
2
along the y direction. Okay, in the y direction.
positive y direction.
Okay, and that is like this. You're gonna go here, and you have reached your goal, which was this dot. So this dot, first we will write 3 and then we will write 2. This is its position. 3 comma 2 is its position. First we write the x coordinate and then we write the y coordinate. Okay, what are
Yes,
these two called? They are called coordinates.
coordinates.
They are called coordinates.
Uh,
Have you ever heard about the geographical coordinates? You must have
yes,
studied in geography.
I heard about it and I did it well.
What are they called?
Uh, coordinate, they're called coordinates, but they're geographic.
Yeah, geographical coordinates. They have a name. What are they called?
Uh,
They're called latitude and longitude. Remember?
yes, yeah, now I remember.
Latitude and longitude.
Um,
Yeah. So the equator happens to be your x-axis.
yes,
Okay.
okay,
And the meridians, they happen to be your y-axis.
um,
Okay. According to that, your uh, your coordinates are decided. Your coordinates when it comes to geographical coordinates, they are written as something, something, let's say 23 degrees north. And this north is basically means the y direction, the y axis, right? North is like this now.
yes,
And let's say 47 degrees east. So if you are somewhere over here, then it will be what? 23 degrees north, 47 degrees east. Okay, if you have to go west, you have to you'll be in this area. Okay, are you getting it? So we use coordinates even in geography. So now just remember, what did I just use? The term that I just used, I said this area. What is this area called? Does it have a name?
hmm.
You can see that this
Is it
axis,
called
these two axes, the x-axis and the x-axis and the y-axis, they are dividing my entire plane into how many parts? 4 parts,
Four?
right?
Yes,
they're dividing my entire plane into 4 parts. These
Yes.
4 parts are called quadrants. Don't get confused between coordinates and quadrants, okay? Coordinates are the numbers that tell you the position of an object. Coordinates, these are the coordinates. They tell you the position of the object. Okay. And quadrants basically means sectors, you know, like for example, if you have a huge colony, maybe in your neighborhood, you might also have sectors like sector 1, sector 2 in the area where you live. So similarly, we have quadrants. This is one quadrant. Let me just, this is one quadrant. Okay. Then this is another quadrant. This is a third quadrant. And this is a fourth quadrant. There are 4 quadrants. 4 quadrants. This is the first one. This is the second one. This is the third one. And this is the fourth one. Okay.
Ma'am,
Everything
what?
clear till here?
Yes. What if you know? Oh, what do we call zero? I mean, in zero, it's in all 4 directions. So how do we, tell
Huh.
it?
Are you talking about this point, the O
Yeah.
point?
Yes,
Yeah.
there's some questions that said 0 uh, 0 dash 2. Uh, that's
I didn't
one.
get you.
Uh, uh, okay.
You are saying there are 4 quadrants. Which quadrant does 0 lie in? You're asking that?
Yes. Is it in all coordinates?
Yeah. See, 0 or the origin doesn't lie in any quadrant. Or you can say it lies in, it lies on the x-axis and the y-axis. See, you can say it like this. Imagine there's a country, okay? Imagine there's a country. What is this? This is the border of that country, right?
Yes.
If someone is standing exactly on the border, let's say this is one country and over here there is another country. So if someone is
Okay.
standing exactly on the border, so you will say that that person is like they are in the both the countries, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you can say that basically the origin is what you get when you cross the x-axis and the y-axis. The 4 quadrants, how do you get the 4 quadrants? You get the 4 quadrants due to these 2 axes, the x-axis and the y-axis. When they cross each other, they divide the entire plane into the 4 quadrants. Okay.
Yeah. I was wondering what will be if 0 dash 2 coordinates work.
I didn't get you. 0 what?
0 dash 2 coordinates.
Is this what you're talking about?
Yes.
What is this?
Uh,
No, where have you seen this? First tell me that.
I see this my uh in some of the questions at the textbook.
In some of the,
Some of the questions.
I'm not able to understand. Questions. Okay.
Yeah.
For example, give me an example of the question, please. Can you send up the question to me? Hmm?
Yeah.
Yes?
Sure. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, send the question to me. All right. Fine. let's so what all have we studied till now? There are 4 quadrants. Okay, and remember the remember this is the first one. You start from this one, the top right one. Okay, and then you go anti-clockwise. This is the first one, this is the second one, this is the third one, and this is the fourth one. Okay,
Uh,
now one more thing. Yes.
now I remember how to solve it.
Okay, send me the question nonetheless. Okay, send me the question. Anyway, so one more thing. These two coordinates, x coordinate and y coordinate. Let's say you have a point. Let's take the same point, 3, 2. Okay. The x coordinate is also called abscissa. Okay. And the y coordinate is also called ordinate. Okay, these are just 2 terms that you have to remember. That's all. Just try to remember these 2 terms, abscissa and ordinate. Okay, abscissa, ordinate. So it's basically like abscissa and ordinate. Clear till here? Yes. Clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Clear.
Okay. Now I'm going to give you some points. Okay. Let me just copy this.
Ma'am, I think it's not in the textbook.
Okay. What are you talking about?
The question, I think it's
Which
not.
question, beta? The one that which you're trying to tell? That one?
Yeah, I think it's not.
Okay. If it's not in the textbook, even if it's somewhere else, just send it to me. Okay.
Okay.
Because like this, I'm not able to understand what you're saying. Do you guys have graph papers? If not, please get graph papers and be ready with them before your next class.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay, so let's just take these. I'm going to give you a few points and you have to tell me what are the coordinates, ordinate and are you able to see all the points clearly?
Yes.
Yes.
Good. Okay, just one more. Wait a minute. All right. How many students do we have here? Abdul Rahman, Ayaz, Muhammad. Can you please unmute yourself and switch on your camera, please? Muhammad, please switch on your camera and unmute yourself. Okay. Abdul Rahman,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
yes. Tell me. Acha, someone said something. Yeah, Mohammed, what's your full name?
I'm Muhammad Abdul Jabbar.
Acha, you are Abdul Jabbar. Okay, you joined with a different name, so that's why. Yeah. Keep your camera on, okay? I'm just gonna name these points and you have to tell me. A, B, C. A, B, and C. Abdul Rahman, you have to tell me, okay?
Oh,
D, E, and F. That is for Zen. G, E, no, H, G, H, and I. That is for Abdul Jabbar. Let's get started,
G is
okay?
0, 0.
Yeah, one by one, okay? Abdul Rahman, what is A? Let's
uh,
first, what do we have to do? We have to move from 0 to reach A. We have to start from 0, the origin.
yeah.
Then you have to go in the X direction. How many units are you having to go in the X direction?
Wait, which X?
A. You have to go for the point A.
So you have to go to negative X in
Negative X direction. How many units?
2.
So basically that's negative 2 units, right?
Yes.
Then how many units do you have to go in the Y direction?
Uh, 4 positive Y
So
units.
positive Y. Okay. So what are the coordinates of this point?
So the X is -2 and Y is 4.
4. So you will say it like this, okay?
Yeah.
Abscissa is -2, ordinate is 4. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Now it's Zen's turn. Zen, what is D? D, this one.
4.
D is 4. See, remember we have to, the points will look like this. Something, comma, something. X, comma, Y. It will have an
Oh, yeah.
X coordinate and a Y coordinate. What is the X coordinate? First tell me.
1, 4. 1, 4.
1, comma 4. Okay. See, Zen, listen to me very carefully, okay? See what we are trying to do here. We have to start at the origin. We have to start at 0. From 0, we have to reach the point D. From 0, how many units do you have to move in the x-axis? Do you have to move anything in the x-axis? Yes or no?
No, in the X factor, we don't
Yeah,
have.
in the x-axis, we don't have to move at all because it is straight up. It is straight up. It is right above us. So we don't have to move anything in the x-axis. So nothing, the word nothing in maths, it is translated as what? 0. Yes. So that means
Yes.
if you're not moving anything in the x-axis, that means you're moving 0 units in the x-axis. So the coordinates for this x coordinate, the abscissa is what? 0. Is that clear, Zen?
Yes.
And it cleared my
Okay.
doubt.
You cleared your doubt as well? Very good. Now, Zen, what is the y coordinate?
The straight line. Okay, 4. 4 is the
4.
Y.
Very good. Y coordinate. 4 is the
Y coordinate.
y coordinate. Good. And y coordinate is also called what?
Ordinate.
Ordinate. Okay. Now it's Abdul Jabbar's turn. Abdul Jabbar,
Yes, sir.
G. You have to tell me G.
0, 0.
0, 0. Why? Because to reach the point G, you're already standing at O, right? To reach the point G, G and O is the same point, right? This is G and this is O. So you don't have to move anything in the x-axis. You don't have to move anything in the y-axis. So that is 0, 0. So the coordinates of the origin, please note it down. The coordinates of the origin is denoted as O because it also looks like 0. Coordinates of origin are 0, 0. So if anyone asks you, Abdul Rahman, what is the abscissa of the origin?
Uh, Absence of the origin. Oh, it's
Yes,
0.
very good. Abscissa is 0. Okay, abscissa is 0. Excellent. So let me just write it over here. 0, 0. All right. Now, Abdul Rahman, it's your turn. Point B. What are the coordinates of point B?
Uh, First, you have to move two positive units.
Hmm. So what is
Then,
the abscissa of B?
so the abscissa is 2.
Very good. And then after moving 2 units in the
Uh,
x direction, positive 2 units, then where do you have to go?
uh, the two two units at positive y direction. So the
Yes,
coordinate is 2.
yes. So both of them are 2.
2.
Okay. All right. Now, Zen, your turn. E. Point E.
Uh, from E to
No. From E to where? No. See, then you are basically standing. Whenever I ask you what is the coordinate of so and so point, you are always going to start at the origin. Remember, no matter what it is, you're always going to start at the origin. If you want to find the coordinates of any point, you have to start at the origin. Okay. Now you start at the origin, and now tell me, how many units do you have to move in the x direction to get to the point E?
2 units.
2 units or negative 2 units?
Negative 2 units.
Negative 2 units. Very good. Then,
It should be 0, comma -2.
okay, should it be 0, comma
Sorry,
-2
-2,
or should it be
comma 0.
-2, comma 0? Huh.
-2, comma
Why?
0.
Because
Because
-2, comma 0 means, yes. Yes, then.
because it's first minus then plus.
No, it's not because of that. The reason is we first move in the x direction and then we move in the y direction. First, we moved in the x direction by how many units? By negative 2 units. We already moved in the x direction. Okay. Do we have to move anything in the y direction? Or have we already
No,
reached our point?
we have already reached the.
We have reached our point. So we don't have to move anything in the y direction. That is why we write here as 0. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Abdul Jabbar, your turn.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
-3, -2.
H. Very good. -3 and -2. Because first we go -3 units. We start from the origin. We go -3 units to reach H. Okay. First we go -3 units. And then we go -2 units downwards. So, okay. So this is -3, comma -2. Okay. Now Abdul Rahman, your turn. C. Point C.
Oh, okay. So first you have to move 2 units at a negative y direction.
2 units in the, no, first you have to move in the x direction, always remember.
Okay. Oh, so okay. First, you have to move 2 units at positive x direction.
Okay, good.
Then you have to move uh, 2 units at negative y direction.
So what is the ordinate? What should I write the ordinate as?
The ordinate is the axis is 2, and
Hmm.
the ordinate is negative 2.
Very good. -2. Is that clear to everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. Now, Zen, your turn. Point F.
First we should go 0 to 3.
Very good.
Then
0 to
3
3. So what should I write in the abscissa?
3 minus
3.
yes.
-3. First, you are
No,
going
3.
3 units in the x direction, na? So 3. Then we have to go in the y direction. What should I write after this?
-3.
-3. Very good. Okay, now Abdul Jabbar, your turn. You have to talk about, you have to tell me the coordinates of I.
0, -4.
0, -4. Because 0 means in the x direction, you're not having to move anything. You start at the origin. Do you have to move in the x direction? No, you don't have to move in the x direction. You only have to go in the y direction. That is why the x direction is 0, y direction is -4. Is that clear, everyone?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
fine. Good. Okay, yeah, one more thing. So we have our four quadrants, right? The 4 quadrants. If you notice one thing, so let me just, okay. So this is one point, or let me start from here. Okay, so this point B is in which quadrant? Can someone tell me? Point B is in which quadrant?
Point B is in y and x.
Quadrant. Which quadrant, bache? Which quadrant?
One.
These are the 4 quadrants. Yes, very good. Very good, Zen. Point B is in the first quadrant. Okay. Abdul Rahman, can you tell me which point is in the second quadrant?
Which point is in the second quadrant? A
Yeah.
and E.
E is in the second quadrant. No, E lies on the x-axis. E is not on the second quadrant.
So only A is in the second quadrant.
Only A is in the second quadrant. Okay.
So wait, question. Then where does E lie in?
E lies, E doesn't, you won't say that E lies in any quadrant. See, if anyone asks you which quadrant does this point lie in, you will say it lies on the x-axis. Okay, the axis is not a part of any quadrant. All right.
Understand.
Okay, so E lies, if anyone asks you where does the point E lie, the point E lies on the x-axis. That's it. Okay.
Okay.
Now, Abdul Jabbar, which point lies in the third quadrant?
Negative, negative.
Yeah, I'm asking which point over here. Can you name the
H.
point? H. Very good. So it's H. And Abdul Rahman, can you tell me? There are 2 points that lie in the fourth quadrant. Can you name those 2 points?
Yes. And that is C and F.
Very good. C and F. Okay. Now, if you notice one thing, Zen, the point which lies in the first quadrant, just look at these 4 points, okay? Or these 5 points. The point which lies in the first quadrant, look at both of its coordinates, both abscissa and ordinate. Both of them are positive.
Yes, both
Yes.
of them are. Yes.
Both of them are positive. So any point that lies in the first quadrant will be positive, positive. Okay, both of the coordinates will be positive. Now, Abdul Rahman, what can you tell me about any point that will lie in the second quadrant?
Anything that lies in the second quadrant, the y ordinate would be always be positive, and the x ordinate would be, I mean, absent would be always be negative.
Abscissa will be negative.
And
Ordinate will be
positive.
positive. Very good. And Abdul Rahman, can you tell me about third quadrant also?
Yes. Uh, both absent and ordinate would be negative.
Abscissa and ordinate both will be negative. And Zen, can you tell me about the fourth quadrant now?
The abscissa will be positive and the ordinate will be negative.
Negative. Very good. So you have now understood the difference between all these 4 quadrants? All of you?
Yes.
Okay, good. Any doubts still here?
No, ma'am.
No.
No doubts. Okay. Let's do this question. Acha, one more thing before I move forward. Any point on, just a minute, I didn't mark this point or what? Yeah. We had this point also, we didn't talk about this point. Can someone tell me about this point? What are the coordinates of this point?
I would say.
Yeah, please, Abdul Rahman. Yes.
So the okay. So the x abscissa would be 0.
X will be 0. Okay. You're standing at origin, okay?
Yeah.
From origin, you have to move to this point J.
Oh wait, sorry.
Do you have to move
I
anything
made a
in the
mistake.
x-axis?
Okay, I made a mistake. So the 0 will be in, y or even made will be 0.
Ordinate will be 0.
And you will take, and x abscissa would be 1.
Yeah. Okay, abscissa will be 1. Okay. Fine. So can you notice something about, see, there are 2 points that lie on the x-axis. Zen, can you tell me which 2 points lie on the x-axis?
J and E.
Very good. J and E. J is what? What are the coordinates of J?
Quadrant 1.
No, what are the coordinates, abscissa and ordinate of J?
1,
1, 0. And what is E?
-2, comma 0.
Okay. Abdul Rahman, what are the 2 points on the y-axis?
The 2 point in y-axis, it's I and B
Yeah,
and
and what are their coordinates?
J.
J is not on the y-axis, bache. J is on the x-axis. Look
Yeah, but
carefully. Where is J? Where is J?
J is in J is near in 0.
It's okay. It is near the origin. Fine. But where is it exactly?
Oh,
It is on the x-axis, isn't it?
yes, yes, but it
Yeah. So
says 0. It's in
I am
the
asking you, look at the y-axis. Can you see the y-axis?
Oh, okay, fine. Then it's only Y and D.
What are the 2 points on the y-axis? Look carefully.
The
D and
I.
I. What are their coordinates? D and I.
Uh, These ordinate is its axis is 0 and its ordinate is 4.
Okay.
And
1 second. Abdul Rahman, if anyone asks you for coordinates of a point, na? If anyone asks you what are the coordinates of so and so point, you have to say this, comma, this. Okay. So now can you tell me the coordinates of point I?
the point I is its absent is 0.
No, say this, comma, this. 0, comma, -4.
Oh, 0
Okay.
comma
Coordinates are
minus 4. Yes.
0, comma, -4. Okay.
0 comma
All
minus.
right. Now, Abdul Jabbar, can you tell me something common about these 2 points, points on the x-axis? Are you there, Abdul Jabbar?
Yes, ma'am.
Huh. Can you tell me what's common in these 2 points, the points that are lying on the x-axis?
Ma'am, they both have zeros.
Even points on the y-axis, they also have zeros. Okay, Abdul Jabbar, can you keep your phone or whichever device it is you're using, can you keep it on a stable surface? Like, can you maybe lean it against something?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I
Yes.
think the x-axis, I mean the 0, comma 0 lies in the origin.
Yeah, 0, comma 0 is the origin. Yes. My question is, look at these 2 points, the ones that I've circled right now. Look at these 2 points. They are both on the x-axis, right? They are both on the x-axis, this one.
Yes.
My question is, look at their coordinates. Look over here. Can you find something common between them? So Abdul Jabbar said that they both have zeros. That is a good observation. But my point is that zeros are there in these two also, na?
Yeah.
They are there in on the points in y-axis also. I'm asking what is common in the points that are there on the x-axis.
Do they both line in the line?
They both lie on the x-axis. Yeah, I'm asking what is common in them. Look at their coordinates and tell me what is common in them. Zain, Abdul Jabbar, anyone. Come on, it's not that difficult to notice. Don't look at the graph right now. Look only at these points.
Okay. Uh, uh, both axes have a number and both ordinates don't have any number and only have an origin.
They have 0. Very good. Very good. So any point on the x-axis will be of the form a comma 0, where A is any number. Abdul Rahman said any number, right? So this A stands for any number. So point on x-axis will be of the form A comma 0. So if anyone asks you, well, I have this point with me, 10 comma 0. Can you tell me where this point lies without plotting it on the graph?
So the so 10 will lie at absence, and 0 will lie in wait, ordinate, the origin.
See, Abdul Rahman,
It would lie in the x-axis.
this is a point, right? These are the coordinates of a point. 10
Yes,
comma 0 is a point. I'm
yes.
asking, where will this point lie? Will it lie in the first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth
First
quadrant?
quadrant.
Will it lie
It
on the
will
x-axis or y-axis?
it
First
will lie
quadrant.
at x and y.
It
The
will lie
first
on the x-axis. You
yeah,
just now told me, Abdul Rahman, that any point on the x-axis will be of this form, a comma 0. So I told
yeah,
you a point 10 comma 0. Where will it lie? It will lie on the
lie at
x-axis,
the
right?
x-axis. Yes.
Why will it lie on the x-axis? Because it is a comma 0.
Yeah.
Are you getting it?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So similarly, you can notice the same thing about y-axis as well, that points on the y-axis are of the form 0 comma something, right?
Yes.
0 comma something. So let's say 0 comma b. We took a over there, so now here we'll take b. So if I have a point 0 comma minus 3, where will it lie?
Oh,
It
it
will
will
lie on
lie
the
at
y-axis.
ordinate. Y ordinate.
It will lie on the y-axis.
Oh, y axis.
Axis, right? What have we written here? Points on the y-axis
Axis.
will be like 0 comma 4, 0 comma minus 4, 0 comma minus 3, all of these, or 0 comma 10, anything. So 0 comma something, that point will lie on the y-axis. Okay,
Yes.
is this clear?
Yes, clear.
Okay, so your homework, I will send it to you on WhatsApp. Okay, inshallah. Okay, class.